interesting video announcement released last week by former Titan safety Kenny Vaccaro announcing officially his retirement from the NFL and announcing that he's going into e-gaming, his first love. He's running a Halo franchise, or a gaming franchise, trying to win a Halo World Championship, and I had the opportunity to catch up with Kenny for Sunday Sports Central. Former Titan Kenny Vaccaro officially announcing his retirement this week after 8 NFL seasons as he turns his attention to gaming, launching G1 in pursuit of a Halo World Championship. And we're joined now by Kenny Vaccaro. And Kenny, congratulations. And I got to be honest, I had to watch the announcement twice to see that helmet switch from a Titans helmet to a Halo helmet. How long did it take for you to come up with that idea? And more importantly, how long did it take you to come to this decision?
Well, for the idea, it probably took me a week or so to kind of figure out something pretty clever to kind of make my announcement, fun, but get people asking questions. I was really excited with it. I thought my videographer, Ian, did a great job with it. But yeah, though, I figured it'd take people a couple of times rewatching it to see that the helmets change. But for me, the decision kind of started early this off season, like after the season finished up. I was away from G1 during the season. You can't focus on anything else but football when you're playing football. And before the season had started, I was every daily operation, trying to sign players, working players' contracts, doing merch, all the daily operations that go into being, a CEO of a gaming org. But when the season started, I no longer could do that. And I felt like G1 took a hit from that. I felt like we didn't grow as much as we possibly could without me being there. And as the offseason went on, teams started calling and my agent hit me up and I just told him this is where my heart was at. And I'm pretty much set in stone on I want to be with G1 full time as the CEO. And I couldn't do that while I was playing football. So I had to make a tough decision. But ultimately, this is the right decision for me. I mean, a lot of people call me crazy or think I'm crazy, but I think in the end, we'll see how far this thing goes.
Yeah, you played 8 seasons. You could certainly keep going. I know you had multiple teams that were interested in you. So how difficult was it to walk away right now?
It's difficult, but at the same time, I take pride in knowing the fact that I walked away on my own terms. I'm healthy. My body feels great. I get to spend more time with my family. My sons, or 2 sons, are both at that age where they're playing competitive football right now. And I'm a coach for, both their teams. I mean, that joy alone could have pulled me from the game. But combining that with being the CEO of G1, it was kind of a no-brainer for me.
The new venture is called G1, or Gamers First. Where did that name originally come from, Kenny?
It originated a long time ago. I was in a trip to Seattle. I was visiting Bungie headquarters in Seattle, Washington, where that's where the game Destiny is made. Destiny is the first game that I really dug my teeth into and started playing first-person shooters, and I just became obsessed with it. I got to the top of the game, the top 1% of the game, and I eventually got invited out there to see the facility, and their creative director there at the time, Luke Smith, asked me, like, man, like, why are you here? Why? Like, we don't get a lot of athletes that come up here. And I just told him ever since I was young, I was a gamer before anything else, whether it's playing, Donkey Kong, Crash Bandicoot from a young age to even RPGs like RuneScape, old school games that you probably don't even know about. And I'd always thought of myself as a gamer. So that name just came to me pretty much naturally. And I said, if I ever have my own org, I'm going to call it G1. And that was a year before I even started the org. It was kind of sitting on me.
We've talked to you before about your love of gaming, and you mentioned being kind of in that CEO role. You're an owner of this as well. What is the day-to-day role now for you, Kenny, moving forward?
Well, day-to-day role for me right now is I got a gym here in Austin, Texas called The Collective. It's a social performance club. We're doing really well. It's kind of geared towards, like-minded people that can come together to a gym, but also you might brokerage a business deal while you're at this gym because of the type of people that walk through that door every day, whether it's investors and financial advisors, people of all walks of life, just kind of come together, get some good work in. But you might leave meeting somebody that will change your life. I go there every day about 8 a.m. I would work out earlier, but my trainer won't get there before 8 a.m. So I get about an hour workout in, and then I get home, and then it's G1 from then on. Today I had 3 meetings. We met with the PC company. We're trying to get 8 to 12 PCs for our new G1 facility, so that our players can compete at the highest level. That is in Halo. It's kind of similar to sports, honestly, with some of the things they need to do their job. But yeah, right now I'm focused on getting tons and tons of sponsorships. We got a new merch drop that's going to come out here within the next month or 2. I plan on signing 2 high-profile, creators to the G1 team. Yeah, and every day we're just kind of growing and learning.
So instead of trying to win a Super Bowl, now you're trying to win a Halo World Championship. On the scale of tackling Derrick Henry or intercepting Tom Brady in football terms, how big of a challenge is building a gaming team that can compete for a world title? I
think, and people might call me crazy, but to actually win a world title in a game, in a video game, you're going up against some billion-dollar companies. I think the way Derrick runs everybody over, it might not be that hard. But I've played against Tom. I've never picked him off. I made some good plays against him. But I say it's up there, man. Building a roster that comes together for one common goal to win something that's very, very, very hard to do. My team actually placed top 5 in the last qualifier, which is really good because the teams we're playing, their organizations have been around for 10 to 15 years, and they have an insurmountable amount of cash being pumped into them to go find and sign these players, and we're kind of doing it organically from the ground up. But lucky me, 2 of my other founding partners, Hunter Swinson and Cody Hendricks, they've been entrenched in Halo. They have the relationships with all these guys, and we're able to put together probably a top 10 team pretty quickly. And it's pretty hard to have early success in a sport like esports.
Well, that's so cool. We're going to have a lot of fun watching you as you move forward. Kenny, before we let you go, what's it been like this fall to sit back on the couch and watch football for a change? And do you have any thoughts about your old team and the Titans and how they sit here at 8-4 on the bye?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. Obviously, it's a lot easier to call out plays and judge certain players for some of the plays they do, but at the same time, I understand what it feels like to be on that couch. On that field, with your helmet strapped and the crowd roaring, and it's go time. But for me, sorry, I wouldn't say I don't miss it, because I really do. But it's been such a great time sitting back with my son, watching the games, sitting back with my family. Watching the Titans, knowing each and every one of those guys in the locker room, they're fighting. They're fighting every day. They're doing so well. I'm so happy for them. Honestly, it sucks right now because they have a lot of injuries, but they're a great team. And they're going to overcome that. I think great teams do that, and I know the Titans will. I mean, it's been a joy for me to watch personally. KB, he's my best friend with the Titans, and he's having one of his best years of his career. But I saw that happening way before a ball was snapped this year, with the way he prepares, with the way he carries himself, not only as a football player, but who he is off the field, all the charities he does. He leads his family. He's a great dad. So his success doesn't come as a surprise.
Well, Kenny, it was a great pleasure to cover you. Congratulations on a wonderful career, and best of luck on the new venture and that great family you have as well. Thanks so much for your time today.